In this video, I'll show you how to review and grade students' homework assignments once they submit them, and how to share that information with your students. Here's how to do it. By default, email notifications are turned on so that once a student completes a homework assignment, you'll receive an email letting you know. However, you can always check the status of a student's homework assignment or homework assignments by looking at their profile page. By clicking on the student management page, it brings you here. Let's take a look at the student. In the lesson history table, I can see all of the lines of the lessons that the student and I have done together. And there are some symbols under the homework column. Let's talk about what they mean. A plus sign means that the homework is not assigned. Although I've enrolled this student in the classroom, I have not assigned the homework. And as you can see, I can click to assign the homework. I can simply choose a due date or no due date and assign the homework. Once I've assigned the homework, the plus sign changes into a gear icon where I can remove the assignment or edit the due date. And next to the gear icon is an empty star. The empty star means my student hasn't begun working on the assignment yet. A partially filled star means that the student has begun this assignment but has not yet completed it. A check mark means that the homework has been completed and I've reviewed it and left my student feedback. A clock icon with an arrow means that I've assigned this homework assignment multiple times. The empty star here reflects the most recent time I've assigned it. If I click on the clock and arrow icon, it shows the different times I've assigned this homework and their status, and I can click on any of these stars to be taken to the attempts that are shown. You also may see a line through a circle icon. There are very few lessons in the library that do not contain homework assignments. One of them is the Christmas celebrations lesson. Finally, a full green star means that the homework assignment has been completed and is ready for me to review. Clicking on this star will open the homework in a new tab. And here, I'm presented with the student's answers as well as the answer key. The answer key is on the left side and the student's answers are on the right. Right away, I can see that if there is a right or wrong answer, correct answers are marked in green and incorrect answers are marked in red. I can also use these tools to mark the answers myself. For example, I can drag this green check mark over the number 2 and it will mark this as correct. I can mark them individually and place X's on the mistakes. Or if I drag my check mark to the entire exercise, it will mark the entire exercise as correct or incorrect. And then I can go and adjust each answer. I can also choose to leave my student written feedback if I want to let them know why they made the mistake or correct their writing. Let's take a look at that in the next exercise. In exercise B, I can see that my student got most of them correct, but the student has made 2 errors. For each of these errors, the student has used the correct verb, but the student has used the verb in an incorrect way. So I'm going to mark these as correct. I'm not going to mark number 1 as incorrect because it might confuse my student. They might think that they used the wrong verb. However, I can drag the notepad over the answer. And now if I click Input Student Answer, it will put in what my student wrote. And I can leave feedback. I can also add effects to the text. So for example, to draw attention to the word understand, I can highlight it, I can make it bold, italic, underline, and change the color. I'll click Save, and now later my student will see that I've left feedback on this question. In this way, I'll grade the homework. Here I can see that the student has answered all of these correct, so I can mark this entire exercise as correct and move on. Often, homework assignments have writing questions. Sometimes they are longer form, and this is a great opportunity to give your student written feedback. Here I'll input the student's answer, and I can correct it. In the same way, my student will be able to see the written feedback that I have given. I can also leave general feedback for the student by dropping the notepad here. Now my student can see the general feedback. When I click Close the Classroom, it will ask me if I would like to mark this lesson homework as reviewed, and I'll click Reviewed. Once I do that, my student will get a notification that their homework has been reviewed, and they will be able to see my comments. And now you can see that the homework icon has changed from a full green star to a check mark, indicating that it has been reviewed. Finally, I'll show you what the graded homework looks like from the student's perspective. Here's what my student sees. My student can see the green and the red, my checks and my X's, and my student can see the comments that I've made. For the general feedback, it looks like a sticky note on the bottom of the homework assignment. In this way, I can leave my student real-time feedback using the mistakes that they actually made and give them important feedback.